Let's go to Bosnian Muslim.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers.
Wa alaikum salam. How are you,
I
brother?
hope you. Alhamdulillah, haven't been on here for a while. I hope you can hear me well.
Yes. Yes, we
Okay,
can.
so so I'm not trying to like ask any dumb questions or anything. I feel like you've lost probably a few brain cells from like the whole debate earlier, but basically,
I don't know. I don't know if it was a debate. I don't know if it was a debate. It was more like,
fair enough.
yeah, let's get two bears to fight, yeah, and one's a grizzly bear and one's a koala bear. it was,
Yeah.
I was just sitting there thinking, like, what is this? But anyway, carry on.
I mean, I guess the.
You
I
love
mean,
my
I guess
analogy.
that's true. But basically,
I was
I was
surprised
gonna ask
that
what the
you made him into a bear.
But it's a koala bear.
You made him into a bug, man.
No.
Come on, bro. Not bear.
You shouldn't squash bugs. Anyway, sorry, carry on. Bosnian
Yeah,
Muslim.
so I was gonna ask about the Mohammed Hijab. So I was watching the Sapient Thought playlist, right? And
Yeah.
one of the things that you addressed was like the whole thing about the cattle, which I know it's ridiculous, but I was just gonna ask, like, I didn't really understand the whole issue, and I just wanted to know if you can maybe slightly elaborate, because you obviously mentioned also like Tafsir al-Tabari, etc., and I kind of found that a bit confusing.
Yeah, to make it easier for the viewers, can you repeat the question that Hijab
Oh
was
yeah,
addressing?
so basically
And then-
the contention.
And by the way,
is
the
that
other thing I was going to say for people watching this, we don't have time for editing. We don't have time for these types of things, right? So if you find these slots like here, please make these into separate videos and put them on your other channels and these types of things, or Twitter or whatever, because these individual questions, I realize they do sometimes better than even the live stream. You know, I think it's very important. So repeat the question, please. The cattle.
Yeah, okay. So the video basically that Mohammed Hijab made was addressing the apparent kind of. So basically, it's the contention is that the Quran gets the definition of cattle wrong, and I wasn't understanding that basically because I was kind of thinking, well, isn't that kind of just human convention in of itself, where you define as cattle and where you don't, etc., etc. So basically, I just wanted to ask, like, if you can maybe elaborate a bit, because you obviously mentioned that At-Tabari also addressed that in his tafsir, and basically I didn't quite get all of that.
So the Quran says ثمانية أزواج in chapter 6 and chapter 39. The basically 8 pairs, or 4 times 2 من الضأن اثنين ومن المعز اثنين ومن الإبل اثنين ومن البقر اثنين. So it mentions 4 different animals, and the contention is that this is not understood by the word cattle, that the word cattle is more encompassing in the English language. Clearly here, obviously, the issue is that they're conflating 2 languages together. The word cattle, livestock, whatever it may mean in the English language, is irrelevant to what the word an'am means in Arabic. An'am, according to what Tabari mentions in his hadith, tafsir of in the beginning of Surah Al-Nahl, chapter 16 of the Quran, he states that lughatan, or according to the linguistic convention, that the word an'am literally means those 4 animals combined, which are the cows, and obviously all of the things that come from them or related to them. The cows, the goats, the sheep, and the camels, and everything which is related to them. There's some discussion in zakat, fiqh zakat and whatever. You know, these kind of animals that are not exactly camels, but you know, and so actually, interestingly, I had a long discussion with one of my teachers about this when we were going. I said, "What is the parameter? How do we know? Right? If something is one of those 4 things or not?" And he said, reproduction. If some animal kind of can reproduce with a camel, it also takes the hukum of it.
Okay.
I don't know. There's some animals, and I don't know. In some remote parts of, what's it called? The one with the long neck, but it's not a camel. It's not a camel. What's that one with the long neck?
Giraffe.
No.
Sorry, late night. Brave freeze. Brave. That's a meme right there. I wasn't even paying attention.
No, man, it looks like a camel. It looks like a camel, but then it's
not. Bacterian camel.
No. It's like a camel, bro. It's
the llama.
Llama. Does the llama go into
How does it look like a camel, bro?
If you're a farmer in I don't
Wait,
know,
wait, wait, hang on. Let's get this right. How does the llama look like a
what
camel?
does it look like?
And why did I say that as well?
Is there any connection between a camel and a llama?
I don't know. What I do know is
No, bro, I'm not good with this stuff. Like,
okay, but listen, let's break this
is it
down. Yeah?
alpaca? The guy's saying it, alpaca. What's the alpaca?
I don't know what an
I
alpaca.
don't know. Look, but anyway, these animals that reproduce.
I think it should be the last question.
Are there
because it's
animals that can reproduce with camels?
Well, okay. So, firstly, the way a species is defined, the most used definition, although there's 27 or 28 or whatever
Llama,
definitions, is if two animals are in terms of they biologically cannot reproduce, they cannot have fertile offspring.
Yeah, that's what he
Yeah,
said.
yeah.
So they have to be fertile.
Yeah, so a horse and a donkey
make a mule.
You mule, but that's
they're not the same. Yeah, same thing.
because that's not fertile.
Yeah, that's what they were
Okay,
talking about.
so-
So is there anything that the camel can make?
Okay, no, but you know the problem is that
No, is there anything that can mate with it which can make fertile offspring with the camel?
we wouldn't know. I mean, I wouldn't know right now off the top of my head.
Can
But
someone Google it?
but I mean, you have things like the liger, you know, the lion and the
But that's
tiger.
infertile. It's infertile.
Yeah, it's infertile. So, but look, you know, even that definition, yeah, he said that as one potential answer. But I'm sure the way you define animals can be broader. Because look, you know, we were talking about the what was that thing I showed you about the tiny elephants? Yeah, remember the tiny elephants? You could literally there's an elephant. Just give it.
My question:
throw
if
it
you
out.
get a
or
llama
something.
and a camel, if they have a child, offspring, sorry, yeah, is that offspring going to be fertile or infertile?
I have no idea if they can even reproduce. I don't know. But what I'm trying to get to is, you know, the question about what is a species.
We have to find out.
The answer that the scholar gave, that's one potential answer.
Yeah.
But the way you can define a species is broader than that, which can include potentially.
Yeah, look. This guy's saying, no, look, a camel is a hybrid. Look, between a male something and a camel llama, and has been produced via artificial insemination. So there's kalam on it, bro.
Okay.
That's why we had that discussion.
Right. Okay, but you know, in terms of the categories, look, this is very important, right?
Go ahead, please,
So we have the philo. If you look at the phylogenetic history of life on Earth, right? You get domains, you get kingdoms, you get what do you call them? You get these families, you get classes, you get these different things. So what is the Quran referring to here? It's not clear. Yeah,
it's four things.
But look, going back, if we look into all classification of life, all of life you can say is been categorized into three broad domains, and from them you get these you get these other subdomains, and within a subdomain you can have a broad range of species, bro. Literally hundreds of thousands of species within a broad domain. So when it says 8, and it's referring to cattle,
It's just
right?
cattle. No, but the word an'am is different to cattle in English. That's the main thing. What they've done, bro, is they've done the fallacy of equivocation.
Yes.
So they've taken this word cattle, and because it has whatever meaning it is in English, this is like an etymological fallacy as well. And they now expect the Arabic to handle the same thing. The point is that the Arabic word an'am means those 4 things. That's what it means. And
What's the 4 things again?
So min al-baqar, the Quran says min al-baqar ithnain. So cows, camels, goats, and sheep.
Yeah. Basically, the whole problem.
4 different things.
Yeah, but the whole problem with those who say this is a mistake is that they have to bring forth a definition that what the Quran is referring to here is exactly what's being referred to here, and they're in contradiction. They cannot do that, and therefore it's not in an argument. So the problem is it's a slippery thing to even address because they haven't formulated an argument yet.
Exactly, yeah. No, but they think they have.
No, they think they have, but like you said, you hit the nail on the head. It's the fallacy of equivocation. Yeah, it's late night, and you can see that we're losing our trail of thought. So I think we're going to make this the last question.
No, but they're saying it's called a kama. It's the llama and the camel. That's what they're saying. It's called the kama. But is it fertile or infertile? Is a kama fertile or infertile? That's the question.
Should we watch a video mating? See what's happening.
Mating, eh?
I'm mating between.
What kind of video you want me to watch, bro?
No, it's a camel and a llama. It's just sitting there.
What are you saying? You want me to watch a mating video with you, yeah?
No, it's biology. It's biology.
No, but we want to see if it's fertile or not. Because if it's fertile, then you pay zakat on it. If it's not, then you don't have to. That's a big deal. If someone has 100 camels, yeah, then they will have to pay zakat.
Camels? Did you just make that up?
Well, I've just tried it. You know, it's either you know. This is very important. Zakat is a pillar of Islam. You have to. If you have these 4 things, you have to pay zakat on it.
Yep.
You have to pay zakat on it, but people don't realize that if you have a farm, if you've got camels, if you've got cows, if you've got these things, there's a very complex system of you got to pay zakat on this.
Yeah, I mean, interestingly, and I think this is a good tangent to go off, so we can basically end the show as well. Livestock, they are actually. What does the narration of the Prophet ﷺ teach us about the end time and livestock?
Which one?
I'm going to paraphrase it about.
Don't rely on me that much.
I already learned that so far, especially the last part. What's I saying? You made me lose my trail of thought. Yes, them being very valuable near the end of time, right?
I don't know the notion.
Okay, so scrap that for now because I need to find that again, right? Because sometimes these things are weak or they're whatever. But livestock, the way the world is headed, right? That's going to be one thing that's going to be worth a lot. We're going back in time because what it is with the continuous issues that we're having in the world, like we're headed towards a conflict in terms of resources, war, and these types of things. One of the most instrumentally valuable forms of wealth is actually these animals now, because you can literally take them somewhere. They give you milk, meat, everything. Cryptocurrencies crashing, fiat currencies crashing, other things are valued against other things. Housing market crashes. So and you know, with plants and agriculture, it's going to take you months to grow stuff. So in fact, these things are super valuable even today. And it's very interesting that, you know, sometimes somebody can read the Quran and be like, well, why is there such a focus on animals? Because in a way, animals still today, we still pretty much rely on them to survive. It's a very powerful thing. Camels.
I love how anytime like I ask a question, we just end up having like a 20-minute lecture, mashallah. That definitely helped. But
did we answer the question though?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Like the question, it was. I don't want to say it was bugging me, but I was like, for a few days, I was like, I don't understand this. But now, alhamdulillah, obviously I understand now.
Can I just go off on another tangent before we end? Yeah, so I think this is very important. Yeah. So basically, one day, somebody comes up to me and says, "Oh, bro, you know that Mohammed Hijab guy that you do videos with? Yeah, he's basically a lizard. Like he's just a lizard, yeah. Look, I'm telling you, just one day, one day, just scratch him, and you'll see something green will come out. Now, I'm not really gonna be like, okay, like let me be careful, like, or maybe I need to do that. Like, it's such an absurd thing. Why? Because I know he's a Homo sapien of sorts, yeah. He's some sort of Homo sapien. So, no, not intentional. So, what basically is, because I'm certain of something, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter that somebody comes up and they say this. Yeah. Likewise, if you know something to be true, like for example, your name is such and such, or you were born in this place, then somebody coming up to you and giving you these little ideas or whatever, it's not going to fools you. This is why poems like Londoniya, or studying Aqidah, understanding the truthfulness of Islam, looking into why Islam is true, is primary before somebody starts looking into, there's this doubt, there's this question, even to the point, I would put it this way, if you know with certainty that Islam is true and you've looked that up, you can have 1,000 questions that you don't know the answers to. It would make no difference. Because sometimes, I'm not saying this because you said this, but I sometimes get emails with people who literally like, oh, I read something and it's affecting my salah. It's like, are you feeling all right? For what? Okay, you heard something, you don't know the answer. You may, in fact, most people, they eventually find the answer. You may not. You may be flipping, searching all the wrong parts of the internet, and looking up cameras and mating and stuff, and you never find the answer to what you're looking for. So we have to, as an ummah, understand, and especially the youth have to understand, you don't need to answer every single question. You don't need to go down, okay, since I haven't answered this question, is causing me an issue. No, you know what Islam is. If it's true, then put in mating. We'll watch it after the live. And okay, that's a good segue. That's a very good segue to end this live stream. Jazakallah khair, Bosnian Muslim. And
why brothers? I want to emphasize, like, thank you so much for answering my question. May Allah bless you, and it was really nice catching up with you again. So take care, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.